season on a high, having made the playoffs, and then a year ago they slipped back in a lot of ways. They made changes, a coaching change. Larry Brown moved on. They traded Gerald Wallace. So it was, in many ways, a rebuilding year for the franchise.
And the starting lineup for the Hornets, brought to you by State Farm. Davis is out there with Aminu. Then there's Gordon. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Rivers in at the point guard.
He made sure everybody saw that slam, Kevin. Stayed on the rim for a little while extra.
Maybe he wanted to give his legs a little rest there, Clark.
Back to Charlotte, and Steve, you're just talking about that. You thought they were turning the corner the year prior, but they couldn't keep the momentum going. They changed coaches. You talked about the injury moments ago about Jackson, and they had a lot of things that kind of got in their way.
Well, even that playoff team from a couple of years back, Kevin, you don't know how much higher the ceiling was for that group, so you almost have to think that rebuilding is the right step for them going forward, even if the fans might have to suffer through some tough years. Sometimes you got to tear it down to build it back up in a better fashion.
Aminu gets called for the reach. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Sessions. The three. Hayward is tagged with the loose ball foul. That's his first foul. Bobcats on D. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I had a chance to speak with the head coach for the Charlotte Bobcats. In terms of their defensive attitude coming into this one, he said, we've been protecting the rim very well at that end of the floor, and that's something I want to see continue today. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Well, guys, give us your thoughts on that.
Well, you know what? I think the game plan for a lot of teams, really good teams, starts with good D. So it's pretty much what I expected to hear.
And for this club, that's the way it should be. I mean, they need to send a message defensively right away. When you take it to your opponents on the defensive end of the floor, it sets the tone early.
And here are the Hornets following the score by Charlotte. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. So for the Bobcats, DJ White, he's checked in for Thomas, and Walker subbed in for Sessions. And then for New Orleans, Miller comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu, and it's Henry in for Eric Gordon. 4 on the clock. Leaner from distance, and again, no good by New Orleans.
And last season, the Hornets were not a big scoring team. In fact, they finished in the bottom 5 in points per game in the league, but it was more a case of just tempo than actual offensive efficiency. They played a very slow style of basketball.
Gets it to go. And that makes it a tie ball game.
You know, second chance sometimes make a huge difference in a game like this.
Rivers kicks to Davis. Rivers with it. Davis, the pass to Rivers. Tipped.
The opening was there for a split second, but he didn't get it there in time. And that steal really triggered the fast break. Nice play.
Hey, you're right, and the break itself may have been even better.
Pass to Davis. White's there. Here's Rivers. Great communication on the alley-oop. Davis has got 6.
Wonderful, unspoken communication that time between two teammates.
Boy, Steve, the timing was ideal.
Well, a difficult play made to look easy.
Now, here's Walker. Outside Gordon. It's deflected. He got it up. The shot misses. And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all tied up. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. Here's Walker.
Known for being an upbeat and energetic guy in Portland, Monty Williams brought that same attitude over to New Orleans. You have to think that outlook helped in making the postseason, even when dealing with a lot of injuries.
We've got Kemba Walker. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Tyrus Thomas. Then it's Henderson. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Bobcats. Here's Davis. Sinks it from about 9 feet out. Davis has got 8. Great thought there, Clark, on Williams. After the Hornets missed the playoffs, Steve, in 2010, they needed his upbeat attitude. And You won't find a better character guy among head coaches in the NBA. He is a terrific individual.
I agree, Kevin. He was a perfect fit for that Hornets team. He's a really good guy. He's a good, solid coach. Worked with Nate McMillan over the years in Portland, as you mentioned, Clark. And I think he brought that experience, put it to use, and did an excellent job with the Hornets.
Here is Vasquez. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Gordon, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
You know, those types of high-percentage shots, Kevin, should be a big part of what they do going forward. Well, it was a shame that Eric Gordon missed almost 2 months last season with a wrist injury. But when he's playing, he's as strong and explosive as any two-guard in the league.
So both teams changing it up here.
Keep it going, man. One more time. Give it up for your dance team.
1:33 left in the second quarter. Lopez is going to be hit with the blocking call. That is his first foul of the game. Clark, you mentioned the scoring boost for Eric Gordon. He said that within the next couple of seasons, he wants to be the NBA's top scorer. Think he can get that, Steve?
He's got the ability. I mean, the way he can shoot the ball and put it on the floor and use his strength to get to the rim. What I liked last year, Kevin, is he upped his assist total to over 4 a game. That's pretty good for a shooting guard.
Here's Rivers. The Bobcats making the shot. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Bobcats went through a lot of adversity and change last year. The team once again missed the playoffs and went through some coaching changes. As Steven Jackson said, we felt like we needed a change. We'll see how it fares for them this season, guys.
All right, thanks, Doris. The Bobcats certainly hungry to get back in the playoffs.
Well, it's tough to take a step backwards for a team. That's what the Bobcats did. A year after making the playoffs, they went right back to the lottery.
To the paint. Here's Warwick. Flushes it down. And that ties it up.
Boy, I like that finish. Perfect for that possession.
Yep, a simple one-hand jam.
That's the way to do it, guys.
Henderson kicks to Sessions. Dishes it to Taylor. Clock at 6. Now Henderson looking for his first bucket of the game.
And I think whichever team starts to dominate the glass could really take control of this game.
I won't disagree with you. I mean, it's so tight between these teams right now on the board that you're just waiting to see which team might pull away.
Taylor.
Oh, he put it down!
It'll count.
What a shot!
I think that one was
at
good.
the buzzer!